Hello. Sorry about that. I got caught short. Like literally, I was fine, and then like the time was ticking, and I'm like, I'm fine. I'm not. And it's like the end of the world outside. Seriously, it's raining cats and dogs. So much chatting going on. Evening, Lady B. She's in the chat already. Richie C, Mr. Stander, Captain Rex, Tavern Wars. What are you saying? Archnin, I think King Kev's there. We got Dutch Giant hiding. There's a couple more of you already in the chat. You're in there early. Sorry. We were here. We're set. It's human. You know, I drank too much ginger beer. It's the truth. And it's freezing in here, as you can tell by my coat and my scarf. And we got the heater on, but it's still pretty cold, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm freezing.
He's freezing. Alex has no blood though, because Alex is now like 4 stones soaking wet. What's been saying? Have you guys been dueling? I like it. We should do some stuff with Spondoolies, Alex. Yeah. We'll do some stuff with Spondoolies soon. Yeah. Know your place. Good news, Archnin. All settled in your new place. Know your place. Oh, Archnin's there. Hi, Archnin. Where are we? Kasha, you're at the age where this happens, right? This is true. A little unpacking left to do, but we're done. Nice. Mr. Fairbrother, what you saying? King Kev, what you saying? Did you miss the last stream, King Kev? Because I painted something that you'd probably like to see. I'll show you when we go to Split. How are you all? How has life been treating you? My car's broken again. Like, seriously. I do 250 miles between it breaks. It's insane. Right, but anyway, what else have we got to talk about? We don't have anything exciting happening. There was a lorry turned over on the roundabout near where I live. Heard about that.
Feels like I've been awake since last year.
There was that pigeon. There was a pigeon. Just a pigeon. Didn't do anything spectacular. But that's how boring it is at the moment. The Exalted One, Evening My Lovers. Rich, why do you have to play that song so loud? It's Salty. It's the Ex-Salted One. Yeah. Hello, Ex-Salted One. So welcome. We have got some awesome stuff we're going to start painting currently under 12 inches of snow. Yeah, we've just missed it would seem. No snow, no floods, no murdering neighbours. No, we've got the floods. We had serious snow. That was last, and Alex did his back, everyone. Seriously, right? Yeah, he's back. Because he thinks he's still young, right? But it's true, right? Yeah. He don't know. Wait, 5 more years and he's going to be broken.
I was
forever.
ambushed on my way home from work on uneven ground, you know?
Prep for that. Because we want no snow. They're losing me. You're all chatting. I love it. Keep chatting. Let's go to Split. Let's show them some stuff. Let's show them what we're doing today. Look, Legion, an adult model. Does that make sense? Does it?
Does what make sense?
What I just said, an adult model.
Yeah,
I don't know either. So we're going to do this, right? And this is going to be our giveaway piece for this month. But this ain't just going to be like some wham bam, quick paint job. I'm going to push myself a little bit and I'm going to do some stuff on this, which I haven't done for years. So I might get it wrong. Some of it I've done and I'm sure it'll be fine. But then some other stuff I really haven't done since I was like doing military modelling when I used to do those competitions. So I'm going to go back. And this is going to be like a real tour de force in subtle, beautiful vehicle modelling, right? That's what I want to do. I want to go to town on the vehicle more than anything, and of course the clone troopers that are going to go with it. I'm going to do some salt chipping using literally. This is not anything illegal. It's salt. All right, we're going to be using some salt, and we're going to season the model because I'm Italian. We're going to rub it in a bit of olive oil, and we're going to smear it with a bit of garlic, and we'll have half a bottle of wine, and then we'll order a pizza. Perfect. And then what we're going to do is once we've got all that done, then I'm going to seal the whole model with like a polyurethane varnish, and then we're going to weather it with oils. I haven't done it for years. And my mate Ryan used some oils recently, and he was just like, I love them, they're great. And I was like, I should really do those again, because they were great. It's actually 2 games. They're talking so fast. This will be the trip down memory lane. Then. Chipping, that's something I've heard of, but no, nothing cool. You're going to season it with me. I'm going to season it with the salt. Isn't that weird?
Yeah, I know, right?
Because I'm using salt.
He's just appeared.
He's appeared.
Yeah.
Right, so yeah, I want to do some really nice stuff with this. I really like the actual model. I like the size of the piece, right? So it's like a nice little display piece as well. I have got a box of clones, which I'll end up doing. So as you can see, it's not stuck together because it's just crazy. It's got all these. If we're going to do this properly, we've got to do this process, right, of making it in bits. Alex loves this. It's my cocktail stick method, where everything's been. Look, the drill's been out.
Wow.
Yeah. What do you mean? Wow. I haven't put it on that many sticks.
How many?
A few. 4. We got 4, but there's more bits than 4 sticks. So basically, it's all in bits. These bits are not on yet because I really want to be able to get to this model properly to paint it. So this just slides out, and this is also when we put it on, there's issues with the fitting as I've been playing, so I want to be able to glue. Thank you, Lee. Hello, mate. I want to be able to glue at certain points and then fit pieces rather than have it all fixed, so that, you know, the feet properly mount on the foot pegs, everything's in a really good spot like you would. Like, so we're really going to model make. Apart from, there's no scratch building necessary in this, yeah? This comes apart as well, of course. So we've got 2 main pieces. We've got loads of little bits, and we've got the 2 guys. And a base. But the base is kind of like, this is not what this is about. Will probably be something quite simple I'll do on the base, but this is going to be about the techniques and getting this done. Cocktail stiff for bigger pieces. Yeah, I mean, these have not really got... I would love to have these on cocktail sticks, but they're just not deep enough. And I don't really need to. I just need to be able to kind of have them off enough to be able to work parts of like the actual canopy, if you know what I mean, the actual fuselage. So that when I'm working with the airbrush, I can get a nice... Yeah, just... It's the more... If you were going to go for this kind of like more realistic, detailed display model in this subject, so like we did a really detailed display model with Gazgul, but Gazgul was really cartoony too. I don't know he wasn't as well, but he's painted a certain way, right? I don't want to do that with these. I want to do these like little real like movie props. You get what I'm saying, right? I want them to look really, really like crisp. And I might be setting the bar way too high and screw it up. But hey, do you know what I mean? No one enjoys watching a bin fire more than I do, or Alex does. Or I know Mr. Standay especially enjoys when it all catches fire. And my chair keeps dropping, so that's already where we're smouldering at the moment. So yeah, that's going to be this month, and that's going to take us a good 3 streams, probably 4 streams. There's a lot of work, as well as what I'll do off stream. So it's going to be a really nice piece at the end of the month. That's definitely this month's giveaway. And Kev, this is what we were painting, because you might like to see this. Where are we at? Focus. There we go. There we are. That's where we're at. Focus. That's what I was painting. Look how wicked she looks, man. She needs another... Oh, no. She looks... See, like the varnish is like really hardened, and you can see the differences now. And you can see the way the light catches. It's like glazed. It's wicked. She's so cool. She's so cool. She's my favourite. We're calling her Bumblebee, everyone, in honour of Lady B, who needs this for Valentine's. Anyway. Right. I'm going to start. And listen. Oh, look, chair's going. I'm going.
Yeah, you need a new chair.
I need a new chair, man. Facebook Marketplace, but you can't do that because of Corona.
Yeah. So I have already had
What?
somebody send their work in.
Oh, have you?
This is Kev's newest Blood Bowl team.
Oh, Kev.
I mean, it's not like he can play it around here, is it?
Ah, you're not playing with those around here.
Dwarves
Dwarves are not allowed in our Blood Bowl.
There we go. Nice though. That's one.
Ah,
of the
Kev,
much better
Kev.
GW teams, isn't it?
Really good, mate. Really nice. Really nice. So, here we go. Let's get started. I should do some... I never do this anymore. I do some housekeeping for anyone that's new in the chat. If you're new in the chat and you want to, like, keep informed, just push the follow button, is it, on Twitch? That's all you really need to do. If you can subscribe us with, like, a sub from something like Amazon Prime that you get for free, please do. Check us out on Facebook, Weekend Warlords, and the Rasta Mace Painting Patreon, if you want to be really generous. So, why is this not fitting? Rich C, love you, dude. Thank you, man. Why is this not fitting? Did I use it in a different one? Yeah, I used it in there. Okay. So, it's basically these four main pieces. That's the way I've broken it down. So, we've got the two troopers, the two main body parts. Oh yeah, and we're going to do some pre-shading too. And then we got these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 little bits. They're not like so important right now. So what we're going to do is we're going to start off by base coating it. So now the idea with the chipping, right? So, and first, how do you base it and then paint pieces that are so small like this? You'll see. Number one, I've got a glove because I'm going to do it with... Oh, damn, this chair's really bad tonight. I'm going to do it with the airbrush. And you'll see. Like, it is imperative. When we're working like this as well, I should really have two gloves on tonight. Magnetise the sidecar. Sorry, I missed that. No, I haven't, Lee. This is just going to be a display piece. You know, it is going to be usable. Whoever wins it, if they want to use it on a game, but I'm not giving anyone the options to swap anything about because I want it all fixed and done. Yeah, no, this is more just an exercise in displaying some like really nice weathering, like some old school tank weathering. So it's going to be white, right? And the idea with the salt chipping is to replicate actual real life paint chip on a military vehicle. And the easiest way to explain it, so it's going to be white, so I'm going to work with like a grey undercoat. So imagine it rolled out of the factory like a tank, just like a tank used to. They all used to come in grey. That's what this was, right? It was like that, come in grey. And then it was painted. And so we're going to put the grey on underneath, then we're going to paint the white over the top, and the salt is going to act like a chip. And then when we clean the salt, we're going to be left with the chips of the undercolour. We're also going to do a little bit of pre-shade with this, so that the white will get a little bit, because we're going to kind of like dust a lot of it, as opposed to like very heavily pick panels out, like I would in something that was, you know, like with X-Wing where I used to paint to an edge with a light to dark source. I'm not going to be doing that. I'm going to be just trying to make this look real. So doing the pre-shade under like a lighter base coat will allow your undercolours to kind of affect as you're putting those, and you can eventually obliterate it completely and outdo your work. So you've got to be careful. So anyway, let's get on with just getting some base colours. So, and I always use Vallejo, but I thought for a change, I'm going again. Look at Al, it's ridiculous, man. I can't see nothing when I'm going.
Dip to the sideway and get a lump of wood.
Dip to the what? And a saw and cut it to the right length.
I can pick the right length of wood for that. It's fine.
So this is Mech Standard Grey. That's what I wrote on it.
Mechanicus Standard Grey.
Mechanicus Standard Grey. Thank you, Alex. Is that what it'd be called?
Yeah.
Let's just have a little. I've never even used this
thin.
colour. It's an airbrush paint.
Right. Yeah.
Right. So, okay. Let's do it that. Let's change instead of always using the
Vallejo stuff.
Vallejo. We're going to go with GW. Give it a go, right?
While you were base coating, I have Mark Fair Brothers Griff Overlord.
Very
from
nice.
Blood Bowl. Again, a stick of blue. I really like his colour scheme. And it works. Real nice. And those models are built. It's getting very Blood Bowl in this set. It's good. Did we move the mic still a bit quiet now? No, we didn't move the mic because if we move anything other than ourselves, everything breaks. But we will at some point. I mean, I am due to be on holiday next week.
Give me that bit of foam.
How long that lasts?
Yeah, we're talking about building a new bench. So behind me, there. So it's like the opposite corner of the room. There is like a gaming table that we used to stream top down, but we're gonna get. I think I'm gonna get rid of this, and I'm gonna build another wraparound bench, and I'm gonna move Al to that side of the room, because we've been having a lot of issues with like any slight little tap of the computer or knock of the leads or the cat. They all freak out. So we haven't moved anything, and it's a bit hard working over the compressor. Sorry about that. Yeah, that's what I wanted. I'm just going to put that. So I always have a bit of sponge just for my cocktail sticks. And I'm just going to work through these couple of pieces exactly the same, just with this grey. But don't let that stop you guys asking questions or...
Wicked. It's what we deserve. We got 33 views on our Call of Duty stream
Nice.
the other night.
Nice. You're going to be famous one day.
Yeah. We actually did, like, we won a game of Warzone as well, live on stream, so we used to see it. We're not professionals, so we're professionals.
Undercoating with the airbrush is so much better than with a rattle can. You use such a little paint as well. I'm going to do the same with these guys. And I used to do like the blue white. I'm not going to do it with these. They're not going to hear you mumbling.
Cool.
Speak up.
I thought
No, it doesn't matter. You're on radio now. You've got to talk up. I can't turn the microphones up anymore. They're at full volume. He is at full volume.
So this is Captain Rex's finished fire spray now.
Can we make that a little bit bigger picture?
Yeah, of course.
Because I can't see. I'm a bit blind. No, still a bit more.
Okay.
Sorry. It's because I've got the light on my screen and all I can see is where my screen's dirty. Okay, love that. Yeah, that's awesome, Captain. So you were saying, Paul, I'm just going to hold him. And then you can just blow them with no paint. So, because remember, it's dual action. Okay, I've got some water in my trap. So there's a little airbrush problem. Can you see inside my water trap? So that's from the compressor. So it started to spit through my filter. So you can purge it. There's a button under here.
While you're purging that, this is a Kirax, also painted by Captain Rex.
Nice. I like the wings.
Modified as well.
Yeah.
Very nice.
It's Batman's Kirax.
And then he's put all three together with an IG.
Oh, I love the wings. I love the IG mod.
Wicked.
I love the IG mod. That's sick. Is that a list now? We should look at playing X-Wing again.
I don't even know what X-Wing is.
Well, after playing like, what's it called? What's that game? Squadrons. That's it. I just want to fly like really bland rebel ships all of a sudden.
How can you even see what you have and haven't painted? The paint looks exactly the same colour.
No, it doesn't. Look. Look. It's much darker.
I varnished my Valrag Ghoul Chewer last night, so that's 100% finished now, Mr. Stander says.
How many models do you get in the box set, Paul? Do you only get an 11-man team with Vrag?
Richie C says I've got loads of ships I still haven't used yet. Yeah, I mean, like my favourite ship ever was released, and I haven't even seen what it does.
What, the lat?
The lat, yeah.
So it's a bit of hairdryer action. Exciting stuff. Exciting stuff, everyone. That's why you tune in.
13 players, including star players and refs. Yeah, exactly. So there's 2 11-man teams, so 2 10-man teams and a star player and 2 refs, right?
No, 13.
Right.
So 12.
Right.
Oh.
Yeah.
2 including star player and 2 refs.
Yeah.
Oh, that's rubbish.
Look at the. I'm going to look at the box. Does that mean you can't even play without a star player?
Yeah, it must be, because you've got to have 11 men to play Blood Bowl.
Yeah. So you get 1 Griff, 1 Ogre. 12 plastic Imperial Nobility team players. So it's 4 linemen, 4 bodyguards, 2 blitzers, 2 throwers, and an ogre.
Go on.
And for the orc team, you get 6 goblins, 6 black orcs, and a Vara Gorgia. So you do get enough to run an 11-man team, but I don't know if you can actually afford to start with 6 black orcs, 6 goblins.
But you do get the 6 Black Orcs?
Yeah.
You do?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Ooh.
But I think you'd need more goblins, realistically.
Yeah, but, you know, you can add goblins.
Yeah.
How many goblins? Just the 5?
6 goblins.
6 goblins? 6 Black Orcs?
Yeah. And
Vrag?
And Vrag, yeah.
That's alright. I think that's alright.
I wonder if that's a full nobility roster as well. Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
4 linemen, 4 bodyguards, 2 blitzers, 2 throwers. Yeah, I think that's all they've got on their team anyway.
So I want a darker grey to do a bit of pre-shading. Some grey's a bit blue.
And a troll for the orcs? No way. I didn't see a troll on the list.
Well, it says you get a troll.
I didn't see it on the list, but somebody's just I know I missed it. And a troll.
No.
Yeah, so you get 6 black orcs, 6 goblins, a troll, and Volra.
No, this is great. We need this in our life.
Well, that's it. We'll just split it, innit? You painting New Yorks would be good as well. Some wicked alternate orcs as well, as in like people instead of painting greens getting a painting blues and like
I used to paint
frostbitten ones. So wicked.
my orcs blue all the time. Bubos.
We've been talking about getting more X-Wing games on stream last week. Hardly any other than TTS trash at the moment.
Who's that?
That's Mr. Dalton. Can't figure out what to do with them. Yeah, that's true. Rich is talking about his new ships.
It's just not the same anymore.
No. It's not the same hype because there's not the thing that you looked forward to about X-Wing was the tournament. Going to tournament.
Yep.
That's what all of the drive was, and when tournaments stopped, everything seemed to fall out for me.
Yep.
It wasn't.
Yeah, the in-between games made sense because you had a tournament to go to.
Exactly that.
They were fun, but now they're not.
Always practicing or working something out or getting somebody to play something against you for tournaments. Social interaction, yeah.
So you can see, right? Really dark, light grey. So the idea behind pre-shading is to go where there'd be natural dark, so panel lines, joint, like where you get the curve, where dirt would build, anything like that, and then we can keep as much of it as we want, and it will look weird, right? This is going to look weird, This isn't going to look right, but you'll see. It's kind of the opposite. And normally you watch me do a base colour and then I work up the lights to a finished piece. This is the opposite. I'm putting some dark areas, and then because paint has opacity, like we talked about, it will cover certain amounts depending on how much you put on. Anyway, let me just get on with it. You what?
Tavern Wars just tipped.
Oh, thank you, Tavern Wars.
Lost the sound on this TV.
Have I got it on?
Yeah, there was no Tuscan Raiders.
It's on. You know, it's like every time Streamlabs does an update,
Yeah,
it sets fire to everything you've done. So you're starting to get the idea, right, what I'm doing? I've probably got my airbrush a little bit too high. So when you're doing this as well, it doesn't have to be like identical either sides. It doesn't have to be perfect because we're going to go over it. We're still gonna weather those panel lines later as well. This is not you trying to pre-fill all your panel lines. Sorry, I'm quiet.
There's no room to talk over.
There's no room to talk over it, and I'm like really concentrating. That'll do. Oh, a little bit here. So yeah, here's about. I've been thinking about it as I've been doing it. A better way of explaining what this is. So imagine you painting any model and you start with a black undercoat and you put yellow on it. You get one finish, right? Imagine you start with that same model but you've put a white undercoat and you put yellow on it. You get a completely different finish, right? I'll tell you why in a second, Cheese. That's what this is. So you're like varying what your actual base coat is. So when you overcoat with the lighter colour, you're going to get the show through of your base, but it's called pre-shaded. That's why you're my favourite viewer, Captain Rex. It's because that's the second stream. He saved me on the dice on Saturday, and he saved me again. So, Cheese, the reason why I don't use this, the spray guard, I've got it somewhere. It is somewhere. I don't use it at all because the paint, the air is circulated round the needle and it goes over the actual needle. When you have a guard on it, it creates the air to hit the guard and actually create a splatter, less control. When you take the guard off, you get finer control because you imagine the paint and the air going over that needle and then creating a point, and then it only spreads out later. When you've got the cone over it, it affects the air and you get the spread earlier. So you get less control and you get something called dry tip. So as I'm painting, my needle gets covered in dry paint. It only takes a little while and I have to keep cleaning it. So I use a wet brush. If you've got that cover on, it just makes the whole process a lot slower. Hope I explained that. Captain Rex gets bonus points for just observation skills. That was the word. Do you know when I started saying that, Alex, I forgot that word.
Nice. I thought you were going to go...
I started with ob.
Something.
Right, but then my brain filled in the rest. My brain was like, what is the rest of that word?
Here is Mr. Stander's finished Warlords from the box.
Oh, nice, Paul. Nice.
It's interesting to see how many different colour schemes people come up with.
Captain Rex, what colours do you want me to do? 5 first? Should we have a vote on the Legion? Oh, don't worry, Captain. So I have this just off camera. So that's where my needle goes. Right, I have a whole thing that is attached my lead to the underneath of my desk, Captain, so it can't even hit the floor if I did drop it. Been there, done that. But really, yeah, that is your real use for that, is just protecting it. When you're done with it, put the cover on it.
Captain Rex says should be 501st, but something different for a change would be nice. Mark Fairbrother says feeling a bit intimidated by the orcs. They are so massive compared to the human team.
Okay. They are purple. Ooh. Mace Windows.
What about like 212 for Commander Cody?
What was Captain Rex 501st?
Yeah, of course.
Right.
He did say something different for a change.
I'm gonna do a little pre-shade on this as well, on these men.
Yeah, they are pretty cool. Mace Windu's Legion.
Let's have a look. Right, so they're basically the 501st, but just a bit gay. They're very loud and proud, aren't they? All in purples. Find me a bark speeder. Come on. I need accurate. That's very bright. Have I got that purple?
I'll have to look in a second.
I've got some purples here. What's
okay,
that?
Nobody's painted.
That's blue.
Bark speed in Mace's colours.
No. Just, is there a picture of a bark speeder from that Legion, from some sort of cartoon or comic book or etc. etc. You know what I mean?
No.
Centre.
I can't see
You can't see one.
no speeder at all.
Okay.
Captain Rex asks, he says, I have some 3D printed models coming this week. Any advice on how to prep them?
Honestly, Captain, no, I've not really painted any. I would imagine the normal way. I don't know. Lee, if you're here still, have you done any? Does that stuff need special handling? I don't know. I've not really worked with 3D printed stuff. I mean, Baby Yoda's lightsaber was 3D printed, but other than that...
Yeah, and you had to snap that in half to paint that as well.
Yeah, I did have to break it because I'm a big clumsy oaf. Thanks, Alec. Okay, right. So, where are we at?
They will need a wash and may need a little trimming. Then treat them as normal. Use super glue. Lee says good wash and good primer. Archie and I have a host that we need to work on.
Right. Let me clean my airbrush, and then we're going to move on. How long have we got? We've got long enough, haven't we?
Yeah, I mean...
Oh, yeah, good. I've got an hour.
hour.
Good.
Hour and 10 minutes.
Okay, I need some time for this bit now.
Yeah, I think that's pretty standard for working with any resin, isn't it? Give it a wash first, and then prime it well.
So when I was working with resin, if we're talking about just resin, so like the old Forge World stuff, I haven't used any modern Forge World for years, but if they're talking about the sort of resin Forge World used to use, which I'm sure you are, once I'd washed it in warm soapy water, scrubbing it with a toothbrush, I would, before I'd prime it, I'd spray it with like a varnish, like matte varnish, something like that, because it'd stick better than a lot of the primers, and then I'd prime it once that was dry. So this is now what we're going to do is we're just going to focus on these two because of, you know, wanting to keep it fun for the stream, and I don't need you guys to kind of keep up with as I'm working through the figures, but I will do, if you know what I mean, but just not right now. So the overall colour is going to be white with, it would seem now, purple markings, right?
Well, that seems to be the
okay.
common vote.
Is there a Mace? Did Legion do a Mace Windu?
So look. I don't think so, not yet.
So white with purple. So we do the white first over this, because then the red would have been, or the purple would have been painted on top of that anyway. And then we'll do the same chipping to the purple, but you'll have the white showing through. Right? So you could hairspray do this, but I don't like the hairspray method. It just, not for something this small. And it can make working with the paint afterwards a little bit temperamental because of the hairspray. So let me show you what we're going to do now. This is the salt technique.
There is not a Legion Mace yet.
Let's start with this little bit. There's not a Legion Mace yet.
No.
Okay, let me find an appropriate brush. Let's get some water. Okay, so this is Common Garden. Let me see if I've got a little bit better thing to put this in. Yeah, that's better. Okay, so this is table salt. That's all it is. Right? You don't want rock salt. You don't want sea salt. You don't want pink salt from Spain. You don't want some expensive salt from Knightsbridge. You just want 40 pence a litre salt from wherever. So
Stick to Obi-Wan's Legion is orange/yellow. Resta has those colours for sure. Okay, there's been a dramatic swing.
Who's
I'm okay
this?
with it. Captain Rex. Obi-Wan's a Legion. Obi-Wan is in Legion. Death Revived has showed up.
So what we're doing is we're just using water. What setting we on?
We're on a 5.
Can we have more than that? Why are we on a 5?
Because I wasn't really sure with the size of the bark speeder, and then you took it apart, and I became less sure.
So what I'm tending to do is definitely go over like the panel lines, and I'm gonna. What this is going to do is this is going to stop whatever I'm going to paint actually going on the model. And what I tend to do is I tend to put it on and then take some off as well as it's drying. So we'll get a drier brush and we'll work.
Looks alright. It's now on an 8. If that helps. Malden sea salt is where it is at in the salt world. Not Dead Sea sea salt there.
Who said that?
Mr. Stand Up.
No, there's some pretty good sea salt from North Wales, mate. I'd like to differ.
I mean, could you really claim it's from anywhere if it's from the sea?
Well, you know,
Could have come from anywhere
where it's
planet.
harvested then, Alex. Okay, the water around there.
Yeah, what's special about the water around there?
It's, well, lots of things,
Nothing,
Alex.
you
It's
just
not
saw
not
it.
all
It's
water
all
is
the
the
same
same,
salt.
Alex. No, Alex, no, that's not true. Once again, misinformed because you had the worst kids' television programs.
How many kids' television programs did you watch about salt?
All of them were about salt.
Wet water or dry water?
Huh?
You just asked a question, wet water or dry water?
Who asked? Mr. Stander.
No, Mr. Fairbrother. Okay, that's nice. So what I've got coming up on the stream now is a model that Archlin's sent in. It's got a 30cm wingspan.
Holy hell. Is that Harry Potter?
I don't know, it's just like a giant phoenix, I think. But I'm
That
sure
is
there was a giant phoenix
amazing.
in Harry Potter as well.
Keep you, it's going to take more than a couple of hours.
I wonder if he's going to paint it all funky colours like a phoenix or whether it's just going to be brown bird.
Paint it just black, dry brush it.
Nah, spray it white and then wash it with lots of nickel oxide to make it a ghost bird.
So it all looks a bit heavy at the moment, but just trust. Just trust. I need to leave that to dry a little bit, and then I'm going to like fettle it before I actually we paint over this. That's part one. Let's do this one. Oh, you will. The other thing about this method is once you've used it, you will find salt on your bench for the next 3 months. Doesn't matter how hard you try to clean, that's what's going to happen.
Mr. Stander said send it back, it's broken.
Send what back?
The model that we just posted up.
What model did we post up?
Giant Phoenix.
Oh. Oh, sorry, Alex. You're like, I'm tired of you, old man.
Oh no, I'm just tired.
Where is our focus on this? It's all about focus. Okay. Yeah, it is. It is exactly like that. You will be finding salt all over your workbench if you're lucky enough to have one. Or this might be the breaker that if you're doing it like in shared communal space with a partner, this might be the one where they just trash all your stuff.
Surely it's worse when you have an airbrush, because every time you turn on the airbrush, salt just flies out across the room.
So I say this as well for this, right? It's really fragile too. So if you touch it with your hands, it'll just fall off. So as we're putting it on, try not to do that. Try not to be heavily manhandling the actual model with the salt on it. The salt will just fall off. So like the water runs into the recesses, a little bit comes out the edges, and that's where you sprinkle the salt, and then it has a fantastic effect, you'll see.
Yeah, exactly. It is a lot like sandblasting the desktop.
Salt blasting?
Yeah.
I mean, to be honest, this can take a while just to get the salt off the bottle, let alone off your bench. But it will be ultimately worth it. You'll see, eventually. This is not going to be one of those it's all done in one stream. This is going to be one of those Rasta projects. The reason why you come here, really, you know you love the you know. And next week, we'll be doing this again.
Consistency.
No, it's like a, you know, like a 2-3 piece drama.
Yeah.
No one wants just a sitcom. They want a bit of a story, a bit of drama, a bit of something to come back for next time. So it's not something you want all over, but you got, you know, I am definitely thinking about where I'm putting this. I'm not just putting it anywhere.
Bit the bulletin pre-ordered the Ticket to Ride 15th UK anniversary game today. Sweet components. We got fancy Ticket to Ride, don't we?
Ooh, we got the 10th. What's the 15th like?
I'm gonna have a look. Yeah.
The 10th's pretty swank.
Oh yeah, everybody who's come around
And played it, gone like, oh, that's really nice.
Yeah, look at those trains. 50.
That sounds like a Scarlet.
It does.
Or it could just be a child letting dogs out.
Also true. I reckon it's the latter.
Yeah.
Like there's food in the house and it's warm in there. I don't.
Yeah, when I went in there for a wee before a stream, I was amazed at how warm it was.
Yeah. Ticket to Ride. I'm getting. Oh my god. Did you? Wow. Do you know how many tickets to rides there? Ticket to rides there?
There's a lot. It's been going 15 years. It was the biggest selling board game in Europe at one point.
Oh, it's a 15-year Europe edition.
Yeah, because they do all sorts. They do America, they do...
Yeah. But like the 10th was the original game.
Which is America.
Yeah, and then this is the regular. Oh, always fancy.
I've got Nordic.
It's really cool.
What is it? What's different about it?
Well, so the trains are different.
Right.
You've got like a train set that I'm sure Scarlett would absolutely love. And then you've got like a login firm and a Russian cable firm, and then a car delivery firm, and then a postal one.
Really?
Yeah, and they're really cool, the little trains. And obviously, I mean, I don't even There's like tunnels for them too.
Yeah, the same in the Nordic. There's tunnels and bridges.
Right, cool. But they come with like proper nice little 3D tunnels.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, what?
Yeah, that's really cool, right?
And it's got the metal tins.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, I need it.
Yeah.
I need it, he says.
It's real nice.
Only one thing a man needs.
Does it start with L?
It does. You're right, Alex. Love.
Oh, right. Yeah, I was thinking Lego, you know?
Okay, 2 things you need. It begins with L.
Oh, let's take it to around Amsterdam. They make a World of Warcraft small world as well.
Do they?
Yeah. It's pretty cool. I have the original European editions, Rich says. There's a New York edition that's just taxis.
Is it? That sounds cool.
Mr. Sanders says 3 things with L. Lisa. Get your own one of them. My one's already spoken for. And then Captain Rex says Lego, love Lego lasagna limoncello.
Love Lego lasagna limoncello. All those things I want in my life. I can't disagree with any of those. So I will do some of this. Not much though, because I've got a feeling some of these bits are going to end up
Yeah, that is true.
being marked.
Richie C says that reminds me I need to grab my copy of Small World off you guys.
What copy of Small World? What are you talking about, Rich? What copy of Small World? Don't know what you're talking about.
Rich just says damn.
See, you can get robbed when you're at home.
Do a newspaper article about how people are expanding their horizons during the lockdowns. We're just robbing people from home. Ulfric's asking Rich how many times he died at the weekend. Which means Ulfric missed it.
Ulfric, one of your little gaming fanboys.
Yeah,
I love it.
He definitely tunes into Rich's channel occasionally. I mean, there is still time, even with the new Catholics unit I got. I still don't have enough space for all of my games.
Okay.
The common board game cabinet.
So, I'm gonna get just like a. Let's have a look what I got over here. Nothing too fancy. Like nothing fancy at all, in fact. Let's go to the dead brush pot. It's pretty dead. Okay, so. So I tend to give it a blow. So this is just air, right, at the moment. I'll leave that to dry for a little bit naturally. And then what you want to do is you want to go around it and just, if you want to take a little bit off, you can. Remember, it will go, you know, there are salt grains, so a lot of it that looks like it's all really white and no paint will go through, there'll be some paint going through. But yeah, there's definitely places where I don't want quite as much, because it is random, right, the way you're putting it on. I would definitely want it more concentrated towards panel lines, and I don't want to obliterate too much.
Lee says he's still looking for Blackstone and expansions, so if anybody's got Blackstone Fortress and wants to get shot of it, have a chat with Lee. Mr. Stander says you'll never have enough Kallax Rich. I bought 2 3x4s and it wasn't enough. I've added a 1x4 and a 1x2 with 3 more of these in this shed to sneak into the house at some point.
You just buy a cabinet that's the whole width of your front room like I have, and you requires 2 massive vehicles to transport it to your house and leaves you nowhere to sit. Well, it does, but not as much space.
Also, you know, crashes your spirit and breaks you as a person.
Why does it do that?
Because that day that we installed the cabinets,
It taught you a lot about yourself.
It was a long old day. I've been to Chesterfield once in my life. I never want to go back.
Okay. That's that one ready, right? I'm going to do the same to the big boy. Shall rush in a bit there.
Rich is just describing his heroics to all Frick, who obviously missed out. Blackstone Fortress.
Okay, I actually let that dry naturally a little bit more. That one just needs a little bit longer. What I'm going to do is start to... So I won't go pure white. I'm going to go a really light grey first. Let's have a look at this. What's this one called? Administratum grey. Let's see how light this is. Is this light enough for me? And then I'll do a white over the top. Maybe I should just do white. No, let's do both. Okay, so this is Administratum grey, game air. There was too many aims and gays and greys and all sorts.
That's not game air, is it?
Yeah.
That's GW air.
Oh, GW air. No, but it was grey.
I mean, I don't know if any of that sentence was correct.
No,
Not
it's
a
alright,
single
just...
part of it.
You don't tune in for my witty repartee, so let's just move this out of the way. So, salt's gone.
stratum is the equivalent of the Mayhost Stonewall Grey, do you think?
Yeah, pretty much. There's not much in it. They're very much, like black greys, black-white greys rather than blue greys.
Mr. Sanders says, with all the salt on your models, at least they won't freeze during the cold nights we're currently having.
Very, very, very true. Okay, so that's just the grey. I'm going to hit that with white in a minute before we start trying to clean anything, obviously. This is just air. So same again, just going to go round, and if there's anywhere I'm not, super happy with, take a bit off.
Risk of opening the old wound. What's wrong with the cart this time?
Exactly the same as happened every other time. It seems like I've had 2 injectors go, one after the other. It looks like another one's, so it looks like I might as well just have all 4 of the ones that I haven't had change pulled out. So yeah, it looks like 4 more injectors. Great, cheap and cheerful. It's alright, it's just tin and rubber, innit? It's not the stuff that really matters in life. Which starts with L, as we've established already. Okay. Let's paint this one. I can do that accent, by the way, if anyone is new to this stream and is feeling about complaining, because I'm Italian. And a bit French, and a bit North African, and a bit English, so I can do all of those. Okay, Alex?
Hey, I was never arguing with you. I think you weren't the second ornamental you'd ever seen at one time.
Did you like that?
I don't understand it. Everywhere I go with you, somebody has to butcher your last name.
So it's just like a quick dust, right? It's just a quick blow over, and then I'll go in and be more specific on the panels, right?
At least you know what's wrong, that brother says. I mean, funny story.
What's the funny story, Al?
You're not 100% sure what is wrong.
No one's ever 100%
No.
sure,
Right.
because this is the third one now. In like, I have them fixed. I do about 300 miles. It goes again.
Yeah.
Who knows? It's just a pain in the bum holes. Oh, do you know what? Can I just... Oh, I feel so bad.
What's wrong?
Damn. So I should have said at the start of the show, today is for Captain Tom, right? Forgot about that. Yeah, you all know, anyone that lives in England or anyone that's kind of got their head in any kind of media outlet will know about a little old man called Captain Tom, who made like 34 million quid and did more for this country in 1 year than the whole of the Conservative government put together did in the past 10. So, yeah, here's to you, Captain Tom. Don't make them like that no more. Yeah.
At least you have a month or so to get it fixed before start back to school.
Yeah, well, it's going next Wednesday. And hey, man, that's wishful thinking.
Devastating news, a proper gentleman, a legitimate hero, rest in peace, Captain, sir.
Yep. What was that big one about Mr. Virgin?
Back in the days before the internet, when you had to phone places for them to post you brochures, I had somebody either completely mishear me or deliberately take the mickey by sending stuff to me, to his address, to Mr. Virgin.
Who's that?
Spurgeon. I always have to spell my name. There's a place I collect from that has me in the computer 3 times with 3 different spellings. No, I was completely the opposite. In school there was 9 Alexes in my half of the year. So we all fell under the radar. It was fantastic. No, I get no problems with that. The most common one with me is that people think I'm a fish. I wish I could produce caviar. Cost this time next year I'll be a millionaire. Yeah, I thought it was sturgeon in the beginning, to be honest.
You thought it was sturgeon?
Sturgeon, yeah. Yeah, that's true. Archnan says he always has to spell his second name, but he thinks that the accent comes into it as well.
What time we got out?
35 minutes past 8.
Okay, this is... Damn, really?
Yeah.
Why has that gone so quick?
It's easier phonetically if everyone wants to put in K or E. Right, yeah, obviously. Yeah. Vickery. Heading for lunch. I'll catch the rest after that. Have a good evening, all, and I'll catch you for
One
the
love.
next one.
Yeah, it'll be probably Saturday. Are you when are you working?
Every
know?
day this week bar Sunday.
You're not you working Saturday?
Yeah.
Oh.
But it's only 11:04.
Oh, okay, we'll be back Saturday.
A lecturer of mine from years ago worked for a long time in Saudi Arabia, spelling his name constantly. A habit he kept up in telephone calls when he moved back to the UK. His surname was Smith. Well, I could just imagine the problems that Pifo must have had. If he ever got pulled over by the police and somebody went, "What's your name?" "Paul Smith." "Yeah, of course it is." Right? Like, how do you make them believe you without producing ID?
Because have you seen him? Oh, I've run out of paint.
Kay says, "I didn't realise you were on. Good evening."
Good evening, Gay. Yeah, we had to change nights, dude. Damn, I need a tiny bit more. You stinker. Just put a bit.
With the FFFs.
What's the FFFs?
Well, part of me wants to think it's first founding fathers from Purge. Three F's in Smith. Right. That was well up.
Okay, I know it all looks a bit messy at the moment, but just have faith. Okay, now white, and then we're going to clean. And then you're going to see what the salt does. And that was about, honestly, all I think we'd get done in this stream was just base coat and salt. And that's only on really the main bits. I've still got to work through off stream. I'll end up doing the same thing on all the little side bits, and probably go through these paint colours with the clones. I'm not sure if I'd salt chip the clones though.
Can you call these like dry aged now or dry cured?
Yeah, these are heavily salted, 38-day matured. This is not just any paint show. This is an extra special 30-day prime rib, hand massaged, shiitake mushroom fed.
That's definitely an advert I haven't seen in a very long time.
Yeah, I miss it.
Yeah.
So just pure white.
No, that's it. No. Put the stop.
Oh, Alex is off. Needs an oil change. I'm in nanny bot. Alright, so white. So I am gonna can you see? So now with the pre-shade and all the greys we start to get like, and once we pull the salt off you'll have all the chipping. Alright, but this is how we build up these like really natural aged white. That's what we're going to be working towards, and then we're still going to end up weathering this back.
this isn't just a fainting stream. This is a Rastamate fainting stream.
Yeah, that's right.
Check game Kickstarter today.
Oh, we got a link.
We do.
Can we chuck it up?
Yeah.
Right, guys, my friend called Shep has just put a Kickstarter up for a game he's written. He's a role-play ninja. A guy's been working in the games industry for a very long time. Check out what he's let out. If you like it, support him. If you don't, don't. Okay. Just going to do on that one. Sorry. Nearly there. Then I do the big reveal. Oh, oh, look. See that? That's me revealing with where I shouldn't have been.
Mr. Scan with this, just a quick scan, it looks alright, but I don't do RPGs, having done for 30 years.
He what? He took a what?
He took a quick look, it looks alright.
What does?
Shep's game.
Oh, right. Okay. Okie dokie. Where's my air dryer gone? Have you done any interesting drawings tonight, Alex?
No, I didn't bring any drawing material with me whatsoever. Too cold. I wouldn't be able to get precise lines.
7 minutes. Time for the reveal. But we did start late, so I get a couple more if I want it. That one. Okay, maybe not that one. What you really want? Oh, sorry. I just knock everything. It's just an old. What are we at? Focus wise? I might have just knocked the camera a bit there.
Oh yeah, we're at 10. What would you like it to be?
I want it about there.
Right, okay, give us a second. Maybe like a 12, 15 maybe. Oh,
Just go up a bit more even. There's Jesus, oh no, that's no. Where did you go to?
30. That's back on 15 now. 12.
Yeah, it has. It has gone a little bit. It's gone a bit white out. Have I knocked something? Hold on, let me just try adjusting my camera. Yeah, it looks like it's. Maybe because I knocked it with my head. Can that affect it? It shouldn't do, right?
No. I mean, if you wanted to get closer on the reveal, you could try close on cam.
No. There we go, that's better. You see what's starting to happen. So you've seen me like try to achieve that effect with like when I stipple with a bit of sponge on like a figure, which is fine at that scale, but you just can't get that sort of randomness. I'll show you again on close up in a minute. We'll try our close up. Oh, you didn't make me an email.
It's alright, it takes 5 minutes. I could do it right now.
No. You stay with me, Al.
Yeah, no worries.
You stay with me, Nanny Bot. You focus. Okay, I'll get you a better look at that in a minute. But this is the start, so you can really see. Look at this. And because we did the pre-shade underneath, all those scratches have got two different colours. And variants of those two different colours. So many different greys in those chips. You just couldn't paint that. You just couldn't. Or you could, but it's just life's too short. So let's clean off this and it will start to show even better. It's such a great technique.
Where did you learn it? Where did you learn it?
From when I used to do military modelling. I used to, as a kid, I was, such a party animal. I used to go up the library and I used to get books out on a military model and I used to read them. And they were by these top model makers at the time. And it would teach you all these techniques and I would try to do some of them, and some of them I wouldn't. And
Traditional form.
I remember like a lot of them could never do because you had to have an airbrush, and I was only a little kid and I didn't have an airbrush.
Oh, also airbrushes were
Expensive.
less accessible then.
Yeah, they were much less accessible. If you wanted a good one back then, you needed to pay lots of money.
Mm-hmm.
Look at that. Look at that. Oh, it's really coming alive.
Yeah, it was quite a big thing when we went to tournaments. You'd see people who painted an Eldar army with just an airbrush, and like the results were incredible.
And certain things lend themselves to the process.
Yeah, exactly.
But I bet you I could paint a tank company and you wouldn't, just like this.
Yeah.
Well, it's not something where you go, oh, that's instantly. Alex, have we lost the colour here?
I don't know. I mean, you are painting white.
Have we? Haven't we? We haven't. It's just my imagination. Just because of what I'm trying to show them. Yeah, no. Okay, we'll go.
Like snow blindness.
We'll go under a close up in a minute. Anyway, we nearly got it off.
That's a really good effect. I'm sure I have a spare jump master somewhere I can practice on.
You absolutely.
Jump master's got lots of nice flat surfaces that work really well.
And like this is only part one. Right, remember, we've still got all your traditional weathering techniques to come. So you guys are used to using things like washes and we're going to use exactly that sort of stuff, but we're going to do it with oil paints as opposed to acrylic. But you could just as easily do the weathering with acrylic. With model wash, with Nuln oil, with Agrax. Just depends how you use it, and each product that you use is going to behave differently. So what we're going to do, because we always use Agrax or Earth Wash or whatever, we're going to try this whole oil thing, see how it goes. So this, I am kind of rushing this a little bit. When you guys do it, you really got to take your time, because not that like, I mean you have to go super slow, but the salt is everywhere. It's in all these little panel lines, and you think you've got it out, and you haven't actually got it out. Not all of it anyway. Okay. Look at that chipping around that vent. It's wicked. Okay, Alex, shall we see what this looks like under close-up?
Right, I'm not 100% sure on close-up settings. We might need to play with
Yeah, what focus are you at?
50.
No, that's, and the colour does seem like really white blind, dude.
No worries.
And 50's too much.
That's 30.
Alright, let's get the colours. Just a little bit better. There. Is that where 30 is? That sort of height. Let's take it off this, that might make it easier. Alright, actually, can I have a bit more than 30? Say 40?
Yep.
Yeah?
40.
Whoa, what are you doing? Colour's gone weird.
Yeah. I was trying to fix the colour. That's a nice clean colour.
Does that really look right?
It looks right to me.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Show you the bike.
White on a black background, the camera will struggle to balance the greys. Yeah.
Give me the overhead and let's give me focus on that. Maybe it is that black. I'm going to have to get rid of this black background. Let's try. What we on?
I think we're on 15.
So give me like 25, 30, something like that.
30.
So it's still a bit hard, and you can see there's still salt. You might see a bit better on this. Let's try that again. Just a bit bouncy on the white, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's because you're right up under the LEDs. That's the problem.
Alright, come down then.
Separate them.
Yeah, come down to like a 7 or a 10. What? I'm so unlucky with that.
It's on an 8.
Would you say that's focus, Alex? There?
No.
Oh, you guys get the idea. You can see how realistic it is. It'd take you forever to do that. Okay, and that's just basically our base colour. So we haven't done any of the actual detail or markings. So we'll do the markings over that now, work out where I want to put the colours. Mask that up and do the same process with the airbrush again with some salt chipping so that we get some of those white chips coming through onto the red as well as the greys, and then we'll pick out the seats and the metal parts and we'll start doing the washes and that sort of stuff. So that's basically your base coat from where we're going to work. Okay. So yeah, much more realistic modelling rather than you know, this sort of edge highlighting cartoony stuff, right? You can see the big differences that we're going for. Because that's it, this is highlighted as high as it's ever going to get. All right? It's never getting any lighter. We're not going to knock it back now. We're going to put in the dirt and we're going to put in the streaks and we're going to put in the oil and the mud and all of that stuff. That's next. And we're going to do that with the oils, like I said. So polyurethane varnish is going to go on next. But I'm going to work through all the other bits. I'll get that done during the week and we'll get back on with that on Saturday. And we'll look at starting to pick out some of those areas before we start doing the washes and then start doing some weathering. Right, that's it. That's it for tonight. Sorry about, again, we really do struggle with my projects. I pick a project and then it's so hard to get you to see it as much as I want to. Struggling with no actual like decent sunlight at the moment because we're working, so I've had to bring all the LEDs right on top of the cameras to get them to kind of do anything. Looks alright, doesn't it, Al?
Mhm. Yeah, it's like we're missing all of the grey.
Can you see the difference?
Yeah, I can see it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you are missing a lot of...
Like all of those panel lines that you put in darker are a lot
You can see them
sturdier in real life than they are on
real
the camera.
life. Right, okay. Yeah, so all the pre-shading Al was talking about, that you can really pick that up more in actual, like, when the model's in hand and what we're showing you on the camera. It's really hard getting that balance. But anyway, that's it. That's salt chipping and pre-shading. And on Saturday we'll come back and we'll hopefully head into some oil weathering, which is quite scary. But until then, let's go back to full, isn't it?
Yep.
Right, that's it. Until then, if you haven't liked or subscribed or whatever, you can do. Please do. Check out Facebook so you know when we're back. We should be back on Saturday, 7 o'clock. Carrying on with that. That's this month's art giveaway. That's it. Stay at home. Stay safe. I love you all. One love. Peace.